Hi, everyone. Hang on one second. Let me set this up properly. Hi, Leon.
Hey, how you doing, Julie?
Great. Hang on one second. Let me set this up really quick before we get started.
Okay.
Hold on. It's getting a little bit slow on my end. So 1 second. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's see. Okay. It takes me a little bit longer to get together. Okay, let's see. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining myself and Leon today. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining myself and Leon today. Leon Holiday. We're both coming from California, and today is January 12th, 2023. Happy New Year to everyone. We're on the 12th day of January 2021. I'd like to have Leon say hello really quick, and then I'd like to have a few words. Leon, would you like to say hello? And
hello, everyone. And the time is flying quick. Today is January 12th, and I couldn't believe it. You know, just last week it was like January 1st. So wow, everything is moving fast. So hello, everyone.
I know, it's so crazy. All right, Leon, please give me about a few minutes really quick. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much, everyone, for spending your precious time, for thinking about me and sending birthday wishes to me yesterday. Many of you have put pictures, videos, and singing and dancing and cake and put balloons together to celebrate my birthday, to celebrate the day that I was born. Thank you so much, very much, for thinking about me on my special birthday. And you make me feel so special, and I feel so much love. So please accept my gratitude and my appreciation very much. And I do hope that God bless you abundantly in 2023 as well. So thank you so much for being here and plugging in with us as well. Thanks so much, Leon, for giving me that time. So, Leon, you and I met each other probably back in 2018 on some business adventure.
Exactly.
And as soon as we walk in, you knew that I came from Orange County, and you said, yeah, I was engineering the Marriott Hotel nearby where you live,
yes.
right?
Yes, and not only, yeah, I said, yes, I was working on the Marriott at Fashion Island, Newport Beach, right where you live. And I said, when nothing that was here but trees, just the eucalyptus trees. And matter of fact, the place we was having the meeting, right next door was the Flora Corporation building, and I helped build E&F pod on those buildings. I was the project engineer on them. So yes, it was pretty interesting when we was talking about that.
Yes, absolutely. And you were involved in building a foundation of a solid building, right? And
yes.
I think, and that's why today we're literally want to talk about solid foundation. Yeah.
Yes, and yes, I would like to talk to people about that. You know, when you actually doing foundations, you know, that's the structure that makes the building last, that makes it stand up, and makes the you know, it makes the building last for hundreds of years. And if you don't have the foundation properly set up, the building will fall. And that's what one of the things I worked on. And matter of fact, I worked on the whole project. I was a project engineer on those projects and working on those, the Fashion Island Marriott. And, you know, it's just like a business, like our business, we have to build the foundation strong so we can entertain millions, if not billions of people. And if that infrastructure is not strong, it will fail. So it's just like building a building. You have to continue to build the infrastructure. And the Marriott now is probably almost 30 some years old. and it's still like as a brand new building. And that's what we look for. And when we building foundations, and there's a lot of man hours and a lot of manpower put into those to build those, just like our infrastructure. We have lots of manpower, a lot of man hours, and people specialize in different areas of building that foundation. And that's Onpassive. We building the foundation to carry us into the future.
Absolutely. So what we are talking about when you mentioned about you worked on the building in Marriott, it's a physical structure, infrastructure of the building, like freeway. You're talking about freeway that spent years and years to build that freeway. We're talking about the infrastructure, the school, the hospital, right? That means that you have to build a solid foundation in order for those buildings to stand tall and last long.
Exactly.
Now, let's take that same thinking, same image into building a business. General, it's a business itself.
Yes. When you're building a business, you have to have all the support similar to a building, all the support, all the staff that specialize in their areas of expertise. And just like any business or Onpassive for that matter, you have to have all the connections. You have to have all the data that you need to go into your business, and you have to put it all together so it can be a strong business. You got to fill all the gaps, and you can't have any, you can't cut corners. So basically, if you want a strong business, you have to, you got to have a target crowd that you looking for. You got to first you got to specialize in your business, what you want your business to say, what you want it to do. And then you have to build the foundation to handle that part of your business. And so just like building a high-rise building, you have to have all the infrastructure in place, all the rebar, all the concrete, and make that building solid and strong. And so we can go further in life. Yes.
For sure, for sure. We have conversations every day, Leon, about business, about infrastructure, about foundation. And then also you do talk to the people that you talk about Onpassive. You had mentioned some time ago to me is that we own a phone, we own a computer, we own all of that. Do we know every single function of how it works?
Yes.
But yet we spent so much money in, buying that product. We don't even know if that product itself have a solid foundation, but yet we are so in love in buying it. When we are looking at our business of Onpassive, that we are all putting in the effort to build it. What's your thought on that?
My thought is, again, sometimes we buy things just because of the brand. We'll just go buy it because it's built by a brand that we like, a brand that we are used to seeing around. And you buy it based on the brand, but you don't really know how it all fits in, how it all worked, and all the labor intense that went into building that product. But you buy it because you trust in the brand. You trust that brand, and you buy it. But basically, when you building a product, there's a lot go into it. Just like there's a lot going to Onpassive. We talk about the people in Hyderabad. We talk about the people now in Dubai and in other parts. There's so many moving parts. Even us brand ambassadors, we have something to do with the brand. We have something to do with getting the word out there. So when I'm talking to many people, like especially family members, you can get a little bit more personal with family members and come down to the core. But sometimes when you're dealing with customers, you treat them sometimes with a kiss glove, but you still try to tell them, look, you see that cell phone you have in your hand? Do you know all the function of that cell phone? Because sometimes people start to doubt, well, I don't know how it works. I don't know. I'm not sure how interested I am. I said, okay, if that cell phone if that cell phone provide the functionality that you want it to do, is that good enough? Yeah. I said, okay. Then when you go to, for example, Old Mail can provide that same more quality. It can provide we have high def. I mean, it's going to be a very good email. So the email you have now, you can text, you can write emails. I said, but ours is have a little bit more quality. I said, once you see it, you're gonna really love it. I said, also you can talk to other people about it. I said, it's so easy because sometimes they'll say, well, I don't know what to say. I said, well, say what you're used to saying. Say what you're saying about the product that you have now. And so that's how I sometimes talk to people and then tell them to make sure that so they don't overthink it. I said, just trust the brand. We're gonna say we have a good quality product, and Mr. Mufareh and the Hyderabad team, the tech team won't put it out there until it's ready. I said, so don't worry about if you having some issues or some problem right now. I said, that's why we are beta testing. We're the people that make sure it's working well as well. So that's how I talk to people and getting them to be comfortable with the product and how they can share the product with other people as well.
Leon, you had shared a while back that you worked for the municipality.
Yeah.
And you had also mentioned about how we're talking about solid foundation of how everything that's put together that lasts for a long time. I see that there are a lot of things that are happening in Onpassive is foundations putting together, right? Like recently we have heard the announcement of Onpassive is having a naming right on the railroad.
Yes.
The metro station in Dubai, right where the red line and green light are meeting together, right? Right there is also one of the foundation that Onpassive is doing. Also, being it is the business, Onpassive already has that customer base, that foundations ready, 1.4 million people saying, here is my $97. I cannot wait till you have these products coming out for me to use. What kind of business that has that many customer waiting in line and so many more that we don't know waiting because of the solid foundations, because of Onpassive is putting its own mark on the map in the world. And looking in my background, the future of the internet, and I believe that this foundation will last for 100 years.
Yes, and not only that, it's going to last for 100 years because they're taking the time to build it right, and like I said, and build it to get as many people. You know, when a lot of people join infrastructure, especially when it comes to IT, you don't want it to crash. So they building it strong. It can hold as many people. And getting back to when I work for municipalities, I still see where you need I still see where you need the product called, like, for instance, OStaff. OStaff can handle so many different functionality, where when I was working there, we had to do it all by pencil and paper, or we had to type it in. And that took a lot of work that took a lot of energy to do that, and lots of time. And we could save time by using the product that we have, like OStaff, because OStaff is set up where you can just enter, fill in the areas and enter or check a box. And now, for example, here's a good example. When you work in the water and wastewater technology, you have to have certification license. And those licenses that you have to have has to be up to date. You have to also, when you up to date renew those licenses, you have to have education points. And you got 300 people that have license, and you can enter that data into your OStaff, and that OStaff will keep track of that and give you a date of expiration where you can let your employee know what time to renew that certification, and making sure that certification is not out of compliant, because as soon as the certification is out of compliant, the employee is out of compliant. And now you violating state regulatories. And also keeping track of birthdays, anniversary days, also hire dates, and also step increases, and all the step increases that you need, because no one wants to work and have their step increase have expired for 2 weeks because somebody forgot, or your employer can't get around to calculating. And staff take care of all of that for you. And my understanding is that it would be it communicates with the accounting department to make sure everything's upgraded that way. And so a lot of municipalities can really use this product, because as far as I know, there's a lot of different kind of products out there, but none as easy to use, and probably doesn't cost as much. Because I know when I was working, we was spending upwards of $500,000 for a program that was so complicated and so hard to use that they only specialize on certain people using it, because they didn't want too many people hands in the cookie jar, because as soon as they start using it, they mess up the whole system. And so that's the kind of thing that I see. Also in the in the automobile industry, or any other industry out there, or small businesses or large businesses, I can see where this product also can help them get started. Because when you start a new business, like they always said, when you start a new business, you want to make sure that you got all your bases covered. Like you say, the infrastructure is built. And because if you don't build the infrastructure correctly from the beginning, you're going to have to continue to go back and correct, and they're going to slow your process down. And so this is one of the reason I know that staff will work for many governmental agencies and municipality. And if you guys really think about it, a lot of government agencies have everything from police officers, fire department, nurses. Like if you was a county, they have nurses, they have hospitals, they have cemeteries, they have airports, they have streets, they have sewers. A lot of people don't even know a street sign, just the stop sign as a street sign. You cannot let the candlelight power go out on that street sign. That street sign has to light up. When your car light hits it, it has to light up. You have to put a sticker on that street sign saying when the last time you maintained that intersection. You see, it's countless in municipality what you can keep track of if you use this our product. And that's what staff are going to do for us. It's going to help us. When municipalities see this, they're going to like, wow, where this product been? I mean, we've been needing this for 100 years now. And so, like I said, there's so many things you can do.
I can see that you love OSTAF.
Yeah,
Little
OSTAF.
did we know.
Yeah, OSTAF is one of my favorite, because I can see the possibilities, many possibilities for OSTAF.
So,
Even beyond what I think is even designed for. I can still see more and more applications that it can be used.
absolutely. Talking about solid foundation, everyone, is a little thing that Leon mentioned here. And like I said, that's a good foundation for a business, because this is little thing. If you have this little pieces that missing or not together, and your business running well or not, is really up to a lot of it. I mean, it's kind of like putting, I guess, cheese everything's together, glue everything together. Yeah. Make sure you got to use, build it solidly. Well, Leon, I want to move on to the subject, which we did talk about it last night when we were on the phone, and you had mentioned, a couple of people say, let's talk about AI, right? Let's talk about artificial intelligence. A couple of people always say, and I know you're currently watching this on YouTube, on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. A lot of people mention, no, I don't know much about AI, and we all continuously learning about AI, but a lot of people, questioning, will AI take over our jobs?
Yeah.
What was your question?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Because look, a few years ago, we were reading about AI, but only AI was used in limited situations, and AI, it creates jobs. People don't understand. And it also allow us to spend more time with our family. It also takes the wear and tear off our bodies. In the automobile industry, and Chris can tell you about this, Chris, when you worked in the automobile industry, back in the days, you had to do those welds on those cars yourself by hand. You'd be laying on your back, or you'd be on a assembly line bent over, or you have to, now they got robotics that can weld the frames of the car, putting the glass on, they got suction, they can just bring it across, putting the seats in, a robotic arm slides the seats in and both it at the same time. And they get those cars, now they're producing more cars off the assembly line. And then if they have to put tires on, the machine comes out and put the tires on the car, put the liner in the car, put the engine in the car, putting the motor support. And before, manpower had to crank those out by hand. That means that it was slower for the manufacturer, putting out less cars, and it was more wear and tear on the body of the person. They had to work long hours. Now that AI freed up a lot of that, because artificial intelligence, machine learning, that's what it's all about. And here's the one that's really huge, because you got an airplane and you got 300 people in there, and you got two pilots, a pilot and a co-pilot, and sometimes an engineer, flight engineer sitting up front. You can't rely on them with 300 people aboard a plane to take in every variation from wind shears to weather. All that is done. When a pilot takes off, he enters all that data into his system. That means the machine learned that data. They even know the elevation of the airport that they're going to land at. They know the altimeter, the barometric pressure, and the airplane makes adjustments based on that. So when that airplane flies from LAX to Atlanta, it knows even how to line up with the runway. And it can actually, the planes can actually land themselves. But due to various laws of airports, they actually land the plane the last 3 seconds or last 3 minutes, or they use the 3 minutes taking off in 3 minutes. And after that, the plane does everything itself. A big, huge cargo ship. You can't steer a big cargo ship. You have to have something helping you, computer, ballasts. Like, for instance, people would get really sick on a big ship, but they got these electronic ballasts that's all done by computer. When the computer feels the wave go one way, it corrects it and moves the ship. Everything AI has taught us and have helped us in our future. And now it's coming to fruition in everyday life, in everyday things. You can see part of it when you pick up a cell phone and you start trying to text something, and it tries to guess what you're trying to do, and that's a partial AI. But we're building, Onpassive is being built from the ground up specifically for AI. It's not something that's added on at the end. It's been built, and AI is machine learning, and it corrects itself as it learns. It continues to get better and better and better and more efficient. And that's what the AI does for us. And it allow us to spend more time with our families. Imagine you starting a business and you're the only person in your business. The first hire of your business is yourself. And then after that, until you make some money to hire other people, you got to have help. So Onpassive has every tool that can help a small to large size business get off the ground, and with the less energy, and you can start making money, and then you can hire someone. And so, yes, AI and starting a small business and any other, I can see how this is going to be revolutionized for everything we do.
Absolutely. I love it, Leon. And the special part about what Onpassive does that
Yes.
set a way so different from a lot of other company, a lot of things that already happened is AI with heart. It
Yes.
built it with humanity in mind. It built it with the heart. It's also with with AI, with all the technology that within Onpassive will help enhance human quality of life, right?
Exactly.
And also save time. Not only that, well, you build up that foundations of business, and you also want to have the world know who you are. That's
Exactly.
talking about the exposure of your business. And Onpassive is on the right track, moving forward, moving to the very, I mean, we're at the top and we're moving to the next top. And that's what Onpassive does. It's having our presence in many places. Now, I wanted to say about this really quickly on because it seems like we are taking over Dubai, right? We are
Yes.
taking over Dubai.
Yes.
The Dubai government love Onpassive. We see all the news press release and all the news out there that talking about Dubai. What are those for? Those are exposure of your business as your brand. And that's what Onpassive it's best at it.
Yes, it's good. And here's the thing that I want to say to some of our listeners. Even some of your family, some of your friends, even some of the people, even in Onpassive, they're impatient. I don't mean to say that as negative, but they're impatient because they don't understand the process. You got to be patient and you got to build the infrastructure correctly, because if you don't, we have something good here. We had Mr. Mufareh has a vision. We got 1.4 million founders, and we have the best support. We have the best people. We have, I mean, you in it, you gotta love it, because you in it to win it, and you gotta love it, because some of these companies, and I'm not going to mention name of the company. There's some company been one of the oldest IT company been around since the late 1800s. I mean, the late 1800s, early 1900s. They have over 50,000 customers, and their parts, and in a lot of computers, their parts are inside those computers. Listen to what I just said. They've been around since the late the early 1900s, and they are one of the still top IT companies today. We've been in business, a vision, 4 years ago, and we're now, look where we are. Look where we are from a vision to now. Look where we are. It took a lot of those companies. I mean, they was back when we were still on knob and tube. We've been through knob and tube. We've been through solid state electronic. We've been through capacitors and all those different things. We've been through those, and look what we are. We are now in digital technology. We with different web bases and doing things that these companies are just now finding out about, and we are now building product from the ground up to meet those and above those levels. I mean, meet and above level, and this is what I want people to do. Don't be impatient, because we still way ahead of the curve. I mean, if you had to put a bell curve up, and we're so far ahead of that curve based on where we are now, based on from Mr. Mufareh and his family and himself and his vision, and then the Hyderabad team working countless of hours, and then now we got the team in Dubai working countless hours, and you got Dr. Sohai and her team. You guys really don't know. And Facebook, you think, I hate to mention name, but you think they came out yesterday or 2 years ago? I mean, think about it. How inventions work. I still have AOL.
I know
That's
you
funny.
do.
I still have AOL.
I mean,
You guys remember the Running Man? You dial up, all the sounds. I still have the little running. I used to get the things in the mail and stick them in the machine and get my internet with the Running Man. And now I can just go on and do AOL. Things takes time to get to where they're supposed to be. And if we be patient, ours going to be far more superior.
Yeah. You know,
far more superior.
Yes, absolutely. Companies out there take 10, 12 years to be built. Look what we are today. A little bit over 4 years, and we have our products lined up to deploy. Look at the foundations we have. Look at the exposure we have. Look at all the news out there. I mean, everywhere on radio, newspaper, online, everyone's talking about Onpassive because how we started. We started on the very top.
On the top. Yeah, that's right. And everybody else started when things wasn't even invented. And here's another good example. Our space program way back in the 60s, because of our space program back in the 60s, you know how many things came from the space program? A lot of people don't know. Here's one. Scratch resistant lenses for glasses. If we didn't have the space program, we wouldn't have that. Insulin pumps for people who have diabetes. Microwave, artificial limbs, all came from the space program. But see, we had to have that intervention. We had to have something to start something for people, ideas to move. We are so far ahead of the curve that we are inventing things as we go because we that far ahead of the curve. And luckily, there's some things that we're doing that will surpass technology of today. It will surpass that technology because we're so far ahead. And that's why, because all those people, even some of the Hyderabad people, probably worked on some of those other projects. They already got the expertise. We can skip all of that. Now we going straight to the product, straight to the project. And that's what I tell people. I say, don't stress out. Don't be patient because things are going to move. And I think I heard Redfern say yesterday in a meeting on the 360 or something like that. He was saying something about the people we want is the people that are doing right now, because some people are sitting on the fence. They don't know still which way to go. They still they still wondering if should they do this. And that's true, because I just tell people, be patient, and you can still be a brand ambassador just by telling people about the product.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. You don't have to have computer skills. You don't have to just to tell people about the product. You don't have to be able to have a YouTube channel, or you don't have to have all of that. Just do what you can do from where you are, and that's all you do. And that's all you have to do. And you know, to help out.
You know, Leon, talking about 2023, I'm talking about the attitude. I mean, having your mindset, also having the attitude of, this is my business, right? Yes. And this is what I'm sharing with you. And we do talk a lot about, this is our business, right? Our business. We have been having the opportunity to be here and watching Onpassive develop, like literally in the past 3 years, 4 years, for many of us over 4 years, we had the opportunity to sit here and watch the development of how things putting together, talk about the foundations are being built, solid foundations are being built. We have the opportunity, some of us, love to learn, like you and I, we do love to learn. We see things, and then we connecting things together to say, this is the business that we get to embark, and this is a foundation of a business that we are part of. All we got to do is relax, wait till the product's going live, use it, hands-on, touching it, feeling it, loving it, and share it. So the attitude and the mindset, I think it's very important, Leon, is to have that attitude of, this is my own business. And I am so thankful, you know, grateful to have this business being built all together. And this is what we always say, all done for you.
All done for you.
It's all built together. We didn't spend money to build this business. We didn't have to deal with, you know, hiring more people. We didn't have to deal with the structure of the business, but having that attitude of, this is my business, is being done for me. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to relax, and I'm going to watch the growing and the products that are coming out. I get to put my hands into it and enjoying it. So I think having that attitude is so important.
And I also think so as well. And I just want to say one more quick thing about my own family. I say this about my family. I tell my family, you have never, ever in your entire life been part of something this big, this dynamic, that with the leadership, and I mean, just the Hyderabad team alone, and Mr. Mufareh saying, I'm going to do it or die trying. This is I mean, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. And I'm telling my family who are, and I don't mean to put anybody down, but I know my family, and we've been living below poverty for a long time, and to be part of something that's so dynamic and so big, that speaks volume. And I still want to say to everybody out there, I think I got every member of my family, my siblings, and I have 6 brothers and 4 sisters, and every last one of them is in an Onpassive, plus their kids, plus my nieces. So I'm just letting you know, for everybody out there, that's how much I believe in it, and that's how much they believe in it now, because they know that I don't tell them things, I don't tell them lies, I don't tell them stuff just to be telling them. I tell them, and they jumped on board, and I'm proud of them for jumping on board. And like I said, I'm just saying, for the people out there who's not patient, this time I put my mouth, my money where my mouth was, and I talked to my family member, and they on board as well.
And you are retired. You didn't need to do this, but the passion of you looking forward to build sustainable living for people. And that's why you have the passion of
and that's what I did. I kept talking to other people, because like I said, I'm retired and I didn't really have to do any of this stuff. And, you know, and I prepared well for life. But the point I'm trying to make is that I knew they didn't. And I knew this would be their last opportunity. This would be, I mean, literally, how many company ever came to you, anybody out there, and offered them any leg up, any opportunity? Did Facebook do it? Did Microsoft do it? Did anybody do it? Did Uber do it? I mean, nobody came to you. This is the only company that came to say, hey, here's an opportunity for you. And I love it. And that's the reason why I say I'm seeing it to the end. I don't care how far it goes. As long as I'm breathing Onpassive.
For sure. And you know, it's really cool to travel this journey together with so many people. Yes. And you know, you have been supporting a lot of the things that I'm doing. And you know, your passion of building that small, you know, that sustainable living for people, I believe with the skills that you have, with the you know, the knowledge that you have, I believe that it could be replicated around the world.
I think so too, because I want to make a quick mention in this. I spent my whole entire career, between 30, 40 some years in the work enforcement, in maintenance and construction technology. When I said that I ran and was in charge of wastewater treatment plants, I was. I was a director. I was in charge of all these things. But however, because of the way technology is today, everywhere I work, we were rebuilding, revamping, and building brand new. So they brought me in on the construction phase. So now the next generation of people will be running the facilities that I helped build along the way. And so all this time I spent building the infrastructures. That's why I know I'm so passionate about infrastructure, because I spent so much time in my whole career on the infrastructure side, on the foundation side, and getting it to the next for the next generation. We're in the 21st century, and products that we built will continue on to the next century, and that's why it's important. And that's the reason why I know that I support Mr. Ashton Mufareh and his team, his family, all the people all the brand ambassadors, everyone. I support all of you, because what we're doing is so important. It is so unique and it's so important. We can't do anything but succeed. Absolutely. That's how I look at it. We can't do anything but succeed, because we got 1.4 million people, and we have the brand ambassadors. And if you look at the internet, everybody all over trying to do something. We can't do anything but succeed. And that's how I look at it.
Yep, and that's exactly what we said here. The future of internet is Onpassive. Onpassive is so different. It's disruptive. We are unique, and we are going to change the world, literally. Yeah. And we are going to make differences in people. Thank you so much, Leon. I think we've been on here pretty long now, but we'll come back and talk about, a lot of the things that you and I are talking about. We can bring that conversation out into the open, kind of helping, hopefully helping people to think a little bit more wider, about the business that we have, about things that are coming up, because that's what we do. We love what we do, and we love talking about it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And we have so many subjects we can touch on to get people interested in seeing where everything is going, and how and where it's, how
everything is fitting in together.
Yes.
Right. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here on Facebook, on YouTube. I truly appreciate you. If you are on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button, click the bell so that it notifies you. I do this live with friends and family around the world during the week. Usually I just pump it up and do that, because when that passion comes, when it calls for, you share it out. When you have a great idea, when you want to make a difference in people, you just do it. Like I'm talking about me. When I have that, I just do it. I call Leon. I think we talked, last night, and we're like, oh, do you want to do a live talking about this? Because it's very interesting, the stuff that we are discussing on the phone together. So any last words, Leon?
No, I just want to tell everybody, continue to eat, sleep, think Onpassive. And like I said, dream, and it will happen.
Yeah. So next time we're on again, we're probably going to be talking about maybe a subject that focusing on family. Yes. And then the next time we probably get on again, we're talking about your relationship with other business that you're involved in, and how Onpassive fits in all those categories and all that stuff. So that is something that you want to look forward to, everyone. So please click the subscribe button. And if you're on Facebook and you haven't followed me, please follow me. I don't have any more friends space to add more friends, but please follow if you haven't followed, or just follow the live and it will notify you. Thank you so much once again, everyone. I truly appreciate you for thinking about me on my birthday. It means a lot to me. You made me feel so special, and I appreciate you dearly. Thank you so much, everyone who's currently on. I'm sorry I'm not reading out your name, but you are appreciated, and I'm thank you for being here with me and Leon. Take care, everyone. Right, stay blessed and have fun. All right.
All righty.
All right. Thank you so much, Leon. Let
All
me
right.
have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day.